Greetings and blessings, butterflies. Welcome back. I'm Famous Dia Moore, and this is your Empowerment Evolution reading, where we don't stay stuck in the past. This is where we learn to restructure, recalibrate, and we grow through it. My butterflies, these messages are always potential. So if you don't resonate with them, leave them here. You can check with the signs in your other charts, those messages, and you may resonate with that energy more. If not, don't claim energy that does not belong to you, my butterflies. Use your own discernment. These messages are always messages about empowerment. These messages are about growth and the shifts that are guiding us towards that next level energy. So, my butterflies, today, the song that was playing during the time that I was doing the pre-shuffle was "The Point of It All" by Anthony Hamilton. And during this series, Anthony Hamilton songs have been very, very relevant. So someone named maybe Anthony or Hamilton may be relevant or something to you to that nature. Um, just take it, if it fits. But there's an energy here, where there is something, about reconciliation that I was picking up very, very strongly. Something about wanting to reconcile, with an energy, whether that's an environment, a workplace, a family dynamic, friendships or relationships. There's an energy here where there is a very strong desire for reconciliation. So the shifts that we may be discussing during this reading could be happening around, a connection or something that you felt very, very passionate about. You may have learned something, you or someone, in your energy may have learned something surrounding, proving a point. Or someone may be trying to prove a point to you. That may be where the shift started happening when someone's trying to prove a point to you. But there's also repercussions. There's also repercussions for whatever happened, in the past. Repercussions to the point where you may feel you or someone in your energy may feel disconnected from something that means a whole lot to them. And you may be trying to stay focused, on the energy of how much it means to you, how great it made you feel. So, what shifted for you may be around you truly learning, how to feel safe and what makes you feel safe and secure isn't, outside of you. It's not through things that you're doing outside of you. It actually comes from within. That safety and security comes from you getting to that grounded and calm place within where you feel like you have your own resources. I'm picking that energy up for some reason. I'm being urged to say that because this could be about you learn how to balance out that masculine and feminine energy. I'm picking up like wands versus cups type of thing. That fire versus those emotions, that passion versus those emotions of love. I'm picking up that kind of energy. That may be where the shifts are happening for you to learn, the balance, learn, the difference between those, how you operate when you're moving towards those type of energies. You may be learning how to temper your ambitious nature, with your open heart. I'm also picking up like a party energy. Picking up like an energy of partying. We only have like 5 signs left, so let's see who's going to be for today. Like I said, I'm picking up an energy of like a partying. Enjoying the party. This could be about a party, that you went to. Could be relevant. This could be, about an additional party. But for some reason, the party energy is relevant, and I think it's relevant because I'm getting the energy where when I say that about balancing out masculine and feminine. I'm getting the energy where someone could possibly like to party with masculine and feminine energies. I'm picking that energy up. Take it how it resonates. If it does not resonate, leave it. But I'm picking up that energy around this party energy about around this this joyful this energy that because this party energy has some type of cause and effects attached to it. That's the point of it all. That's the point of what I'm picking up here. That there's some energies where something you were very passionate about but also had emotions toward. The way that you moved and showed up in it, that's where the shifts were happening around. That's the energy that I'm picking up. Let's see who this reading is for. Cancer. All right, my Cancers. There's an energy around something that you may have found joyful. An energy around a situation where you may have to look at the point of everything that happened. You may have to really really see what the real point of it all was, instead of focusing so much on how it felt. There's a point to it all, to everything that happened. All right, my butterflies. Let's see what energies I pick up for you today, my Cancers. I already pre-shuffled off screen a bit. This is like shuffle on screen. And I'm going to get these energies out here and tell you what spirit that I'm picking up for spirit. All right, we see your energy here in the energy where you have wisdom. We have the Chariot energy. That's your energy. So your own wisdom, the energy, the wisdom that you gained during the situation from going within, or tapping into yourself, or any assistance that you have, that Chariot energy, that energy is helping you, my butterflies. In the most recent past energy, the energy where you may had to learn some type of lessons, where things showed up and happened for you to get you in an energy, of paying attention, so you could be in the energy of alignment. This is the energy of the Fool. So in the past, there was a new beginning. There was some type of optimism. There was an energy, where you may have trusted some type of journey. You felt secure, with the keys, and you felt secure. You see how there's a lock on the door, you felt secure in an energy. You felt like, something was loyal. The dog here. You may have felt like something was loyal. But in the distance, you may have started to see, changes in the path. That's what I'm picking up. As you can see, we have, the a rock path. Then we have like a muddy, type of look of dirt path, with rocks around it. Then we have a green pasture. We have a road. Then we have, more, just your earthy path. And then we have the mountains in the background. So there may have been a lot of different shifts and changes in some type of new beginning that you set out on in the past. And that's where the lessons that you that were being highlighted for you, that's where they started. They started around some type of new journey, some type of energy where you stepped out on blind faith, some type of energy where you put trust in a situation that you valued or felt like was going to give you some type of security and safety. In the energy where the shift happened, whether that was internally or externally, we have the Five of Swords. This Five of Swords energy, is the energy, of trying to figure things out. As you can see, this energy could be about mind games, because as you can see, this person is trying to figure out, this energy could be about you because I know the Five of Swords energy is all about hostility, but that's not what I'm picking up with this card. I'm not picking up hostility, but I know this energy is about hostility. It's like an energy, of being tested. Yes, tested. That's the energy. That's the word I'm trying to say. Tested. So the shift happened around areas where you were being tested. And this test could have showed up around, something that you was trying to create with the pencils, and this energy had you looking at what you were taking in, what you were receiving, what were you drinking in, what was being poured out. You were being tested through this energy. That's where the shift happened at for you. It happened in your mental process. And the things that's called, because fives are all about change and chaos and conflict. So the shift happened around areas where conflict was testing you. That's where that shift happened for you. It could have happened for you externally. Externally, you could have seen conflict happening outside of you. Internally, there could have been conflicts about things that you felt like were just testing your patience, testing your mental capacity, testing your ability, um, to be, because I mean, sword energy, is very fact based, logical, that type of energy. So this is energy with this five of swords. This energy where you were learning this external shift happened around a process where you were learning what these changes, what conflict and things like that. How was it testing you? What word it could have created hostility for you as well, or you may have been dealing with hostility because that five of swords energy, that's mental hostility. That's being in your mind and having, what I'm saying, anger in your mind, having conflict in your mind. So, in the current energy that Spirit is highlighting for you, this is the Eight of Pentacles energy. You might be connected to a Virgo or a Virgo in your chart. Virgo had this energy with this Eight of Pentacles. Also, Scorpio had this energy as well. So there may be, some hard work that is showing up for you currently. Something where you may have to, do the same thing over and over again. Something where you may have to maintain your focus. Something where you have to put in real effort, lay the groundwork for a situation. So you may be in the developing stages of something. You may have laid the groundwork for something, and right now you're just going through the process. Right now you're just learning about the patterns and how to get things going at this particular time. But these, with eight energy, this is about efforts, that are going to pay off. So currently, you are in the energy where you're learning about patterns because this energy is about patterns as well. This is infinity energy. So something could be repeating for you. So in the current, you're learning about what's repeating for you. What patterns do you need to, restructure or totally dismiss? What repeated work is worth you repeating and which is not? That's where the shift is happening in the current moment. That's what's being highlighted for you in the current moment. And where you could, this energy where the wisdom is, where the wisdom lies, you have your chariot energy. Your energy, of taking control of a situation. Having forward movement, progress. Choosing a path. You see, there's paths here. Choosing a path that feels authentic to you, that feels like there's a good balance of of the light and dark, where you can integrate all that you have learned, all that you have available to you. You have learned something in this process, here of taking it when you took that new journey that may have put you in your head and was testing you. You learned a lot about how you can maneuver, how you can navigate through this energy. This is navigation energy. And you can use that wisdom, everything that you have been learning, all that you have acquired, to help you pick the best path for you, the path that feels more aligned with you. There may be a path that seems like, is shorter to get there. And there may be a path that's taking longer, that has unknowns. But in this energy, you can integrate both of the energies that you learn from taking either one of those paths or both of those paths. You can use and integrate that energy to create the progress and the movement that you need to continue to work hard and stay focused on the efforts and the groundwork that you have laid, the progress that you have already started. In the best possible outcome energy that Spirit is highlighting for you, if you follow the guidance, Spirit is saying this is the energy that you will be stepping into. And this is the energy of the Queen of Pentacles. This is very resourceful energy. This is the energy, of having, abundance, being healthy, feeling very, very safe and secure, satisfied in what you have in your finances and what you have in your environment. This is the energy where you feel grounded, where you feel safe, where this is mine. I've laid the groundwork for this. This is mine. I can be resourceful. You may be a creator. You may make things. This may be the groundwork that you're already laying, my cancers. Something that you're already doing. You're already putting in work on. It's going to lead to you feeling very, very resourceful. It's going to lead to you having that energy, where everything feels like, I have everything that I need. I can create the most wonderful things. I know how to be in the energy of nurturing my creations, nurturing what I had laid the groundwork for. You see that pinnacle in that big pinnacle in the back? That's a brand new start, a brand new fresh start, a prosperous start, a start that is full of of things that's abundance, full of fruition, full of prosperity. And through your creation, through the hard work and effort that you have been putting in, you're moving towards this queen energy where you will be the matriarch of your own, environment, of your own finances, of your own way of being in mind. My butterflies, the overall energy that's motivating this top row of cards is the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is being offered something that you're just not interested in. I'm discontent. I'm not satisfied with it. And that energy, like I said, that energy right here, it's like, that's what was being tested. That what was testing you. That was what was creating this mental hostility. Where you were getting fed up and you were getting angry. There's something here. Like I said, where you're being offered something. A very, very valuable piece of love, something that's emotionally fulfilling is being offered to you. You're being offered some type of assistance to help you move towards that place of emotional fulfillment, that place of joy, of feeling like you attained a new opportunity. You're being gifted that. You have that in your surroundings, in your environment right now. Because that's what's motivating this. This new cup that is available to you. This new start, this new creative project, this new, joyous endeavor. That's what's motivating you to, that what motivated this energy where this Fool journey, where you had to learn a lesson around it. That's what's motivating it because you have this. You have this available. But Spirit wants you to be mindful of, the things that test you, the patterns that just keep showing up for you, how you can get in control of things so you can feel safe and secure, my Cancer. We're going to get a block of blessed energy to clarify this reading for you. These energies are straightforward, no fluff, cutting straight to the chase. All right. We have two energies that popped out for you, Cancers. And I am being told to take both of them. All right, Spirit. I'm going to listen. All right. First energy says, messy doesn't mean powerless. This energy says, chaos is your superpower. Use it wisely. This energy is about acceptance, chaos, and self-compassion. Leo's had this energy. So there may be, things, like I said, this energy where you were being tested, this Five of Swords energy. Yes, things were messy. But that didn't mean that you didn't have any power, my butterflies. Through that chaos, through you accepting what cycles were repeating for you, that's how you shift that into your superpower. That's how you can change this so you can be able to use, your powers wisely. As I said, you have assistance, you have a superpower. You have it available to you. And it helps to manifest itself whenever chaos arises for you. That's just the way it works. Some of us need intensity before we can, before we feel that kick in our butt to get going. So when you was feeling that hostility, that messiness that came around, it helps you to step into your power, that chariot, to gain control over a situation. That's the wisdom that you have. So you learn how to be more resourceful, more calm, more balanced. And the other energy that we have here is stop. If they're stingy with chips, they're stingy with love. All right. This energy says, stop trying to save people who won't share their snacks. Reciprocity, fairness, and boundaries. Oh, wow. So this energy, this is where that hard work was coming in at. The focused effort. So in the current energy, what you may be laying the groundwork for, what you may be trying to work on, what you may be trying to build, trying to create, trying to get off the ground, there may be a focus on the fact that you if there's not one, there maybe need to be one. Spirit is urging you to have a focus on, where you're not getting reciprocation from, Where are their boundaries up for you? Where are their restrictions up for you? What are you being restricted from? Where is things not operating in an energy of fairness for you? Because there are some energies here where you're stepping into an energy where something is is creating energies of frustration and hostility in you because it's getting very very messy. But you don't. It's not that you lack any power. You still have power, my cancers. But your power lies in you making sure that you do the hard work. Keep your efforts focused on energies that's not reciprocating and returning back the same energies that you are sharing with them. We're going to get celestial insight message to clarify, to close this reading off, my cancers. What spirit has for you? A message from my cancer spirit. Show me a celestial insight message. Thank you, spirit. All right, let's see what this is. We have link attract. This energy says you are attracting people and opportunities that align with your energy. Are you dissatisfied with your current surroundings? Shift your mindset and energy, and you'll begin attracting what you desire. So this energy, yeah, see, that energy is saying, that energy, where you were feeling tested and feeling energies of hostility, a messy energy. That energy may be wrapped around, that energy is mirroring. That's what it's saying to me. That energy is mirroring you in some sort of way, and that's the reason why for the anger, the hostility, because the things that trigger us are usually a reflection of us, and it's being reflected back to us so that we can fix it. So, my cancers, if something has shown up for you at this time, something where you were working hard, putting in focus effort, but these efforts, there was something testing you when it came to these efforts, when it came to what the progress you was trying to make. If there were energies that were showing up, as being messy, or energies that were showing up, being a bit, not having, fairness, that energy showed up for you to mirror back to you in the ways that you can restructure the things that you're working on, the things you're moving toward, you being grounded. Restructure how you go about doing those things, so that what you're working on and building can show up in the way that's best for you. Until next time, my cancers.